Hi, this is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today we're going to do a decoupage project using this coffee container. It's a glass container, so it's perfect. And we're going to also be using these napkins, which are a Paris theme. So let's get started. I got these napkins from the Dollar Tree and I absolutely fell in love with them. So I had been kind of holding on to them and I said, you know what, today I'm going to use them in some type of project. So these have like a beige color to it. And so I'm not going to be cutting them out exact. I'm just going to kind of tear away the parts. But the first thing we're going to need to do is paint our container. So what I did was, if you look at this, it has that same beige undertone. I just made my own paint. I only had white. I didn't have a beige paint. And then I had some brown. And I noticed it was still a little bit too dark. So what I did was I added just a hint of this pale daffodil, which looks like a kind of a yellow. And so I got somewhat to a close match. So this is something I'm trying now. You know, I don't usually mix my paints, but I thought this would be perfect. So I'm going to get my sponge brush and we're going to go ahead and paint this. It's for our first layer. And I'll just start the process. I won't show you like the whole thing, but this goes on nice and smooth and I really like that color. That color actually matches with this. So it's gonna be really nice when I start to apply my napkin. So don't be afraid to mix your paints, you know, if you don't have the exact paint. And so I had been meaning to get a beige paint, but I said, you know what, I think I can mix my own. And so this is going on extremely well. And let's see, I have to decide whether I want to paint all the way up to the top of this. And I did this one other time on this container since this is a regular coffee that I drink. I'll be having a bunch of these containers, so you'll be seeing more projects with those. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and go all the way up to the top with this. Why not? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish off this container. And we'll let the paint dry and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So my container is all dry and I love the way that color dried on there. It goes extremely well with my napkin. So now what I'm going to start doing is let's separate our napkin here. So this is what we're working with. So you get a pretty good amount of images for this size napkin and it'll be enough, just the one will be enough to cover our container. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate this. So I definitely want the Eiffel Tower, I want Paris. I can apply them together or I can separate them by tearing them out. And so you just want to just kind of tear this right along whatever image you want. And let's see, I like this butterfly with the flower, but I'm going to kind of tear it off a little bit. I want to make sure I get all of my Eiffel Tower in there. So let's see how much we got on here. And I don't want the edges to be too neat on here. And so once I have that done, let's see if I want that to go up that far or I want to take off. You know what? I'm going to take off this bottom part here too. So you get to pick and choose what images you want on there, which is really nice. So I'm going to apply it on here. So I'm going to cover that area. So I just want to make sure I get my backing off of there. Since this is a 2-ply napkin. And so the reason why I separate this after is because it gets very delicate and I don't want to take a chance and rip it. And look how that's going to look so pretty. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover that area with some Mod Podge. And I'll be sure to list all of the supplies below for you. Okay, and then I'm going to apply this on here. And I'm going to need to use I need to get some cling wrap because I forgot to lay it out before I started this. Okay, so you just want to make sure you have everything at your disposal. I forgot about my cling wrap. And so all I'm doing is smoothing it out. Just make sure you can see that. And then if you need to apply more Mod Podge, you can. See, like here I didn't apply any. So I'm just going to use my little paintbrush here. I'll just take my cling wrap. And I got to remember to be kind of gentle with it. Just smooth it on. And it really blends in nicely on here. So I'm just smoothing it out toward the edges. Put a little bit in here. Look how nice that blends in. And I'm just taking my time. I am in no hurry. Okay. Gently smooth some more Mod Podge over the image here. Make sure I have enough. And it's okay that your image is going to be somewhat cloudy when you apply that other coat of Mod Podge on there. Because when it dries, it's gonna look so beautiful. And I'm just being gentle with it. And if you want to rip up all of your images first, rip those out from the napkins, you could do that first and then come back and put more stuff on it, apply it. But I'm just kind of taking it as I go. I really love the way these flowers look, and I want to get some flowers up in this area here. So I'm going to take one of the flowers off of one of the other images. There's so many ways to do Mod Podge and Decoupage. There's so many different techniques for doing it. And see, I just want to get those flowers because I love that purple and pink on there. Okay, let's see what we got here. I think I want to put it up here somewhere. Yeah, I'm kind of balancing it out. But you can do just about anything that you want on this. But I'm going to go up in this area here. And I just got to remember to tear this away. And I'm going to put it right up here. And watch how nicely that blends in. Look at that. Wait till this dries and you really get a chance to see it. Okay, and just make sure I got this on here. And I'm just smoothing it out toward the edges. Okay, and look how pretty that is already. Let's see if you can see this. Get that. You can't really see it, but believe me, it's going to look really nice when I finish. And then if you have any little outer edges left, you can kind of try to smooth those over a bit. Okay, let's see. I think we've got a butterfly on here that I need to go back and get. Yep, there's a butterfly right on here. I'm gonna tear that away. So this is going to be a really small image on here. I'm just taking bits and pieces. And I kind of like tearing up things because it just, I don't know, there's something that makes it just so much more artsy. And I will actually put the link to the other one that I did. I did another napkin container, and I did it with pearls and lace on it. And I will also go ahead and put the link below so you can go and take a look at that one. There's so many different ideas, especially with these containers. I mean, it's just, I just love the different shapes and how unique each piece can be. Okay, and this is very tiny. It's not going to take much to get this on. And I'm going to place my butterfly like right up in here. There's my butterfly now applied on there. And so I am going to go ahead and do some of this other part here, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, so our coffee container upcycled to a beautiful vase is all done. And what I did was, while I was actually adding my Mod Podge, I wanted some kind of glittery stuff to be added to it. Or yeah, so what I did was I had some glitter, just a small container, and I dabbed my little paintbrush into some Mod Podge, and then I dabbed it into the glitter, and it just picked up just enough. And I went around, let's see if you can see this real good. I just went around the rim of this with a little bit of glitter, and then I went inside of the flowers just to give it a little bit of sparkle. So I hope you can see that. And then even the Eiffel Tower, I put a little bit of sparkle just right around the bottom. So it's nice that you already have the artwork. The artwork is beautiful. You just have to use the napkin to add anything to it, any places you want to highlight it. So that is so pretty, and I'm so happy with that. Now, another thing I want to do is just add something around the rim. So I'm going to use some of this twine, and I'm just going to take some of my art glitter glue and just go right around the rim here. I'm going to hold on to that for a little bit, and this doesn't need a whole lot when you're adding this on. It doesn't need a whole lot of glue. I just thought it just needed something extra right around the rim here. And to me it looks a little bit like kind of shabby chic. But I'm really happy with the way this turned out. So I'm just going to go around a couple of times on this. And if you want to make a bow around here, you can. Just giving you different ideas. And it's okay that this is cloudy right now because it is going to dry clear. So no worries, just have fun. Just wanted to highlight the rim a little bit on here. Make it stand out more. And if you want to add like some diamond wrap, add a little bit of bling to it, you can do a bling around the rim. I think it has enough bling down here. If I wanted to, I could still add it up here, but I'd rather just kind of quit while I'm ahead there. But it's all up to you. Figured I'd end this at the side just because it just looks better like that. And so now you have just a little bit of a rim on that. Looks cute. And if I wanted to, I can do, this has a little bit of a ridge. I could put another ridge right around the bottom here too and go around there, just a matching, maybe with some jute. But who knows, I may wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, that needs a rim around the bottom. But for now, I'm happy with it. And I think this would look really pretty sitting on a shelf, but you could use this for some flowers. So I happen to have some purple flowers, and you can put those in there, and you see how pretty that is. So I will make sure that I post some pictures for you at the end. I hope you like this idea, and I hope, of course, that you were inspired by this. So if you haven't joined our crafty community, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you join us. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.